They drive up here on armor, we transport them, decide which room we are taking them to and treat them.
Those soldiers who received various injuries on the battlefield are brought to this stabilization point. It was placed as close as possible to the front line in order to have time to provide first aid without wasting time. Military doctors immediately determine the condition of the fighters and the severity of injuries.
What happens in practice? A poorly applied tourniquet or a long wait for evacuation plus a poorly applied tourniquet, and they come already with such a degree of blood loss that they no longer have a heartbeat and breathing.
In such cases, the first thing doctors do is resuscitate. The stabilization point is equipped with everything necessary for this. Doctors say that the main problem arises when a warrior or his brother in arms, who is wounded, incorrectly applied a tourniquet to stop the bleeding.
Literally, 3 turns are enough on NATO tourniquets. Here, a whitened hand, a brush, the tourniquet is correctly applied. Look at the bleeding. For example, here we have a wound. Does the blood stain increase? If it does not increase, then the bleeding has stopped.
According to doctors, the most common wounds now are shrapnel. When different types of shells burst, the damage can be quite extensive and severe. Sometimes the military is just lucky.
That's like a blade, sharp. That's how it went into my hand here and didn't get it. A little bit hooked on the bone, but did not get the artery and vein. Lucky. If it were a little deeper, I would have torn off the brush.
Doctors at the Stabilization Center work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In a matter of seconds, a decision is made of the correct provision of assistance.
Do not move. Lie still, calmly. Brother, lie down, lie down.
The medical team is working well. 2 servicemen with wounds to their arms and legs, as well as significant blood loss, were stabilized within a few minutes.
As you have seen, our task is to stop the bleeding. The tourniquets were removed for the first one, and if he even has an amputation, then its level will not be very high. Perhaps there will be an effective prosthetics. Yes, you saw they arrived with a big loss of blood. We supplemented them with fluid and they went further to the hospital more stable.
Doctors say that the place of hostilities are maximally mined by the enemy, so the warriors began to receive mine-explosive injuries more often. In order for their patients to get to the hospital in a stable condition, they are doing everything possible to help the defenders in their further recovery. Reported by Roman Smoler, Alena Gramova, UA TV News.